And following the assassination attempt on former President Trump on Saturday, the FBI is investigating what motive the 20-year-old suspected shooter may have had. Our next guest recounts the moments during and after that shocking moment. Codiay joins us live now to tell us what he witnessed at the scene, where he was just 15 feet away from former President Trump. Now, incredible to think, Matt, you were 15 feet to the right when the shooting happened. Walk us through how things played out for you.
You know, I had you, first of all, thank you for having me on. I'd gotten the privilege and the honor to speak at President Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, a few minutes before he spoke, of course, and gotten the honor of meeting President Trump backstage. Now, we're all seated down close to the stage, probably about 15 feet, maybe 20 feet to the right of where President Trump was at the podium. I remember hearing the gunshots over my right shoulder. Of course, one shot and then a pause and then several shots, and there was screaming. You know, at first, I think we all wondered, what was that? And then as our minds raced, trying to figure out the answer, we all realized they were gunshots. And then, of course, there was a lot of screaming and chaos and people yelling, and rightfully so. And I remember hearing someone up in the stands yell, "He's been shot," or "Someone's been shot. We need help." And by the time I turned, I noticed that they were just waving people up into the stands, looking for anyone to help them. You know, before I had turned that direction, I had turned back towards the stage, and I saw Secret Service cover President Trump in their protective way very quickly. And of course, then I turned back to the bleachers where the retired firefighter had been shot. And so it took me just a few seconds to get climbed over the fence and get up into the bleachers. And some people had already made it up there to help him before. So I don't know, just a lot of chaos, a lot of shock, a lot of, I can't believe this is happening.
How did you feel when the former president stood up and you realized he was safe?
Relieved. Relieved. You know, it was still a chaotic scene. And I did not see President Trump stand up. I did not see his Secret Service detail, you know, with him standing up. But I remember as I was turning back to the stage and looking, because that was our fear. That was every American's fear, I should hope. I wanted to make sure that President Trump was alive and okay. But I remember hearing the crowd roar, and it was an excited roar. It was a happy roar. It was. And I turned back about that time after they had started roaring and saw him and the Secret Service detail standing up. And it's a relief for every American to know that President Trump is alive and okay.
The crowd seemed unusually calm, even as the shots were being fired and the president hit the deck. What was the reason for that?
You know, I'm certainly no expert on why people do things. But whenever the sound started, I remember we all heard I remember hearing the gunshots, the first one, and then the pause, and then the several after that. And my mind immediately thought gunfire. I hear that other people thought it might be fireworks. I've also heard that there are some gun experts who believe it sounded like something other. So I'm no expert. I certainly don't want to put words in the experts' mouths. But maybe a lot of people were a lot like me and just never thought that a shooter would be close enough and within line of sight of the President of the United States.
These are the big questions. How about on you? Personally, what kind of impression has this left on you?
You know, I've got a whole lot of mixed emotions about Saturday. First of all, it is the honor of a lifetime to get to meet President Trump. And let me tell you what, I just think every single American would be blessed by the opportunity to meet him and to talk with him and to shake his hand. He's such a warm, kind, friendly, and very humble man. Like, he really does care about American workers and families. You know, afterwards, obviously a lot of shock, a lot of questions. I don't want to be one of those pundits who thinks that I know more than other people. A lot of us are just simply wondering, how did a shooter get close enough to even get off one shot, much less multiple shots at the President of the United States. No matter which party he or she is from, we always want the office of the President of the United States protected.
It's been very surreal. Matt Cody, we appreciate it. Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate you having me on. God bless you all.